Survivor is a cultural phenomenon and an institution in itself. The show follows a ragtag bunch of contestants as they try to make it through the obstacles and hurdles of surviving on a wild island. Sadly, there are Survivor contestants who have died and will be sorely missed. Join Facts First to learn about the Survivor contestants who have died. Roger Sexton. Roger Sexton died October 26, 2022 at age 76 after a battle with Lewy body dementia. His family announced his death, and this was a huge tragedy for longtime fans of Survivor. Roger was more than just a veteran of Survivor. He was also a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces and had served in the Vietnam War. Roger Kenward Sexton was born September 26, 1946 in Oakland, California. As a young man, he excelled in sports and was particularly adept at skiing and wrestling. Upon his graduation from high school in 1964, he joined the U.S. Marine Corps and went on to serve in the Vietnam War. When he returned from the war, he got married and pursued a degree in construction management at California Polytechnic Institute. His work ethic and perseverance helped him rise the ranks of the construction industry, and he eventually became the vice president of a prestigious construction firm. He joined Survivor in the 6th season and soon became one of the most popular contestants. He loved challenges and was particularly adept and at home when surrounded by beautiful and, at times, rough nature. He was also known as a great husband and father and was loved by his friends and family alike. Rudy Boesch. Roger Sexton wasn't the only veteran to appear on Survivor. In the 1st and 8th season, we saw Rudy Boesch, who was a former Navy SEAL. He was stationed on the islands of Borneo, on the show Survivor, that is. He brought a discipline and tough mentality to the show, but was also praised for his teamwork and incredible sense of humor. He finished 3rd and was among the last people to be voted off the island. He was such a huge hit, he was called back for the All-Star season, which was the 8th season of the show. At the time, he was the oldest contestant on the show. He died in 2019 at age 91 on November 1st. He was suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's disease. He lived a full life and was one of the reasons why Survivor became such a successful show. Andersen. Andersen joined Survivor in the 1st season. While not a successful contestant on the show, he was nonetheless one of the most memorable. He was also one of the oldest contestants, as he was 64 when he participated. Sadly, he died in 2013 from brain cancer. He was 77. He had a tougher personality, which didn't make him always the easiest to work with, so he was voted out rather early. Nevertheless, he was a talented contestant and known as someone who loved to live life to the fullest. He was married to his wife Jan and had 1 daughter and 4 sons. Jenn Lyon. Jenn Lyon appeared on the 10th season of Survivor, filmed on the island of Palau. Sadly, she was also the first Survivor cast member to pass away. What's more tragic is she was only 37. She sadly was suffering from breast cancer for 5 years before she succumbed to it. Before her death, she managed to attend a Survivor reunion party and was warmly welcomed by some of the other castaways, including those who were stranded on Palau with her. She was known as an amicable person and one who was very brave. Her untimely death was tragic, but we remember her life and how she lived to the fullest. This video is sponsored by ZBiotics. ZBiotics is a probiotic drink that helps you feel better the day after drinking. Many people think dehydration is responsible for that morning after feeling, but it's actually due to an alcohol byproduct that builds up in the gut. ZBiotics produces an enzyme specifically to break down this byproduct and reduce the after effects of alcoholic beverages. This is real science that works, not random vitamins and plant extracts like everything else. And ZBiotics is so easy to use. Just drink a bottle of ZBiotics before your first drink of alcohol. You only need 1 bottle. Then drink responsibly, pace yourself, and get a good night's sleep. Thanks to ZBiotics, you can enjoy your next day feeling refreshed and ready to make the most of it. Every time I have ZBiotics before drinking, I am amazed at how good I feel the next day. With the holiday season upon us, consider gifting ZBiotics to give the gift of a better next morning. It's unique, thoughtful, and under $40. If you use the code FACTSFIRST at checkout, you can get an extra 15% off your first order. Click the link in the description or go to zbiotics.com/factsfirst and get 15% off. Dan Kay. Dan Kay appeared on arguably one of the most interesting seasons of Survivor. He was a castaway on season 17, filmed in the West African country of Gabon. Sadly, like Jenn Lyon, Dan Kay died way too soon. He died at 40 in 2016, though the cause of his death has not been released. He survived by his son and daughter. He was one of the most popular castaways on the show, and as a result, his death came as a shock to fans across the country. But as with all tragic and untimely deaths, we must remember his incredible life and what he accomplished in his 40 years. Ralph Kiser. Ralph Kiser was cast away on Survivor Redemption Island. He died April 20th, 2022 at age 56. His death was announced by Michael Albright, an expert on the series who was informed by Ralph's brother Gilbert. Ralph Kiser finished 8th place on the show and was one of the highlights of the season. He was remembered as being affable and had one of the most charming personalities on the show. Like some of his other Survivor castaways, his death came way too early due to a heart attack. Yet we remember how friendly he was and how he could always bring a smile to your face. Without a doubt, Redemption Island is one of the most popular seasons, and it's all due to Ralph's great personality. Ashley Massaro. Ashley Massaro is remembered mostly for her career as a professional wrestler in the WWE. She had joined the WWE Diva Search in 2005 and soon became a prominent star in the league. She managed to show her versatility when she was cast in the 15th season of Survivor, filmed in China. Her death is a mystery, and due to New York's strict privacy laws, we might not know what happened. Some say her cause of death was suicide, but this hasn't been confirmed. She died in 2019. Her death is one of many tragic deaths as she was only 39. She was born in 1979 and died just 10 days shy of her 40th birthday. She had studied business and communication at the State University of New York at Albany in 1997. Not much is known about her professional life until she joined the WWE, but this was her main claim to fame, and her fame catapulted even more when she joined Survivor. She was voted off the island after only 6 days, however. She also had a brief career as a model. She's survived by her daughter. In 2020, a year after her death, a music video about suicide prevention which featured her was released posthumously. Cliff Robinson. Cliff Robinson was an NBA All-Star player, and he joined Survivor in the 28th season, called Brains vs. Brawn vs. Beauty. Cliff Robinson was born December 16, 1966, in Buffalo. He began his basketball career when he played at the University of Connecticut. Throughout his career, he played for several NBA teams, including the Portland Trail Blazers, Phoenix Suns, Detroit Pistons, and New Jersey Nets. He joined the Survivor team in 2013 for the 28th season, which was then released in 2014. He finished 14th and was the 5th contestant to get voted out. It should be noted Cliff was one of the few basketball players who traveled with Dennis Rodman to North Korea to play basketball for Kim Jong-un's birthday. Sadly, he died in August of 2020 after a long battle with lymphoma. Upon his passing, he left behind his mother, sister, 3 brothers, and 6 children. He was a hero to both basketball fans and Survivor fans, a rare feat indeed, and a formidable career. Caleb Bankston. Caleb Bankston is the youngest Survivor cast member to pass away. He died at age 27 in a train accident. He participated in the 27th season of Survivor called Survivor Blood vs. Water. He is remembered as one of the friendliest contestants on the show and was loved by all. There have been a few other Survivor cast members who have also passed away as 2022 comes to a close. As the years pass, we will sadly lose even more. But let's remember and celebrate their lives and the adventure that these wonderful contestants taught us about. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think being a contestant on Survivor is worth it? Let us know in the comments section below.